everyone, my name is Linda from Linda's Beaded Creations, and today I'm going to attempt to show you how to make this beautiful glass pearl and Swarovski crystal cuff bracelet with wire wrap. You can use any type of bead that you like, but I chose to use this because with the holidays coming up, I thought it would be very pretty. You can also change it out to a red pearl and crystal for the holidays, or green pearl, whatever you like, but like I said, you can use any type of bead that you want. So if you're ready, let's get started. For this project, what I'm using is a 12-inch piece of silver-plated non-tarnish wire in 22 gauge and two 12-inch pieces of non-tarnish silver-plated wire in 24 gauge. Also, I'm using some small, smoky colored silver crystals and a 10 millimeter glass pearl. And you're also going to need for this project a pair of nippers, a pair of flat nose pliers, a pair of round nose pliers, a pair of plastic coated flat nose pliers in case you need to straighten out your wire. These are perfect for that. And also a pen. So first of all, let's put these items aside so they're not in our way and out of view so that you can see what I'm doing. First of all, we're going to take our 12-inch piece of 22 gauge wire. And I'm actually going to use my plastic coated pliers just to straighten it out just a little bit. Wire is so much easier to work with once it's straight. But also you're going to find that when you're doing a project with wire, that you're constantly going to be straightening and adjusting and twisting and turning the wire, as it's very pliable and it just has a mind of its own sometimes. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to take our round nose pliers and we're going to put the piece of wire in at the very end of the pliers. And I'm making it flush, as you can see, so that there's no scratch pieces. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it down, under, and up. And then when you take out your pliers, you have something like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to pop your pliers back in, like this. And if you can see this, sorry. And just give it a little tweak backwards. So you have a little bend in it, like that. Then you're going to take your flat nose pliers and you're just going to, squeeze the piece together. Like so. So you have something like this. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of your 22 gauge wire and you're going to put it over the edge like this, up to the point of where you just made the circle. You're going to bend it over. You're going to take the long piece, and wrap it around several times. You're going to have to hold on to the small piece as you go because it's going to want to twist. So you have something like that. Then you're going to take your other piece of 24 gauge wire and you're going to do the same thing. Only you're going to come this way now towards the long piece that you just twisted around. Actually, just so that they meet together in the middle. You're going to twist several times. And then what you might want to do is just kind of squeeze it up together, because sometimes when you twist wire, it tends to not want to join together. So if you just go ahead and give it a little push up like that, should be just fine. Then what you want to do is take your little nippers and you're going to trim off the small ends of the wire, like so. Get as close as you can. Then you're going to take your flat nose pliers and just pinch those little pieces in so you have no sharp edges at all. We don't want that. Sorry if there's some silence while I'm doing this. It's really hard to talk and do this at the same time. Although my husband might disagree. He seems to think that I can talk and do anything. So anyway, now we've got the edges in. You've got a piece of your 24 gauge coming up and a piece of your 24 gauge coming down. And you have something that looks like this. So now, next what we're going to do is we're going to thread on one of our pearls. And you can do this in any combination as you want. I mean, this is just to get you started. You can tweak it and do whatever you want yourself once you get the hang of this. It took me a while, believe me. But once I got the hang of it, I found that this bracelet was so pretty on. Anyway, what you're going to do is thread on pearl and the crystal, and then you're going to take your top wire and bend it over the top in front of the middle wire, back around and up to the top again, like that. You see that? Then you're going to take your bottom wire across the bottom of it, up under the middle wire, behind the top wire, and back over. Like that. So it's almost like you're caging in your beads. And like I said, you'll have to move the wire and adjust as you go, and that's what you have to do with wire. So if you can see that, that's what it should look like. Now let's put on another one and let's see if I can't get a better picture of this to show you how it's done again. I'm sorry, I apologize. The lighting is terrible. Anyway, let's thread on one of the pearls. And a crystal. Okay, there you go, like that. Now, let's do this again. Let's see if we can't get this better so I can show you. Okay, we're going to, with the top wire, go across the top, hold it in place with your finger, come across the front towards you with the wire, wrap under the middle wire, and come up to the top, like that. Then do the bottom wire, go behind the middle wire, this time away from you. The top one was towards you, the bottom one is away from you. Up underneath, behind the top wire, and back down. And now you have something that looks this. Can you see that? So go ahead and continue to put your beads on, and then I will show you how to finish off the end. Okay, so when you're done threading on all your beads, you should have something that looks like this. This is about a 7-inch bracelet. There's the end that we did. Now, at the other end, where I finished it, where I've ended to where I don't want any more length, I've got 2 pieces like this. And, you know, I would much rather have some leftover wire and then cut my wire too short and then be in trouble and not be able to make the size that I want. So what we're going to do is we're just going to finish this off just like we would have done the beginning. We're just going to wrap the wires around just so it makes a nice wrap, about the same as the other end. Push them together. Like that. Now what you're going to do is take your nippers, just trim off the pieces. Take your flat nose pliers and tuck the ends in so that we have no sharp edges again. Like that. Now, to make your clasp, what you're going to do is you're going to just take your pen and anything that you like for the size that you want. Sometimes if you use a smaller bead, you might want a smaller clasp, or a larger bead, a larger clasp. So depending on what you want. So you're going to take it about, I would say about 1 inch up, like this. Wrap it around, like that. Okay, take it off, and it just gives you a nice round loop like that, so there's no dents or bends or anything in it. Then what you can do is you can just squeeze it in a tad, just so it's not quite so big. Then you're going to take your nippers and you're going to cut it about right where your wire wrap started, right there. So now you have something that looks like that. So now you're going to take your round nose pliers and you're going to give it a little twist, just so that the sharp edge is not there. Just put it in your round nose pliers at the end and just give it a little turn. Squeeze it in. And now you have something that looks like that. So now what you can do is you can bend your bracelet around in shape. And you might want to just give a little twist to your clasp that you made, and your other ring on the end. And then hook it on. And there you have it. Isn't that pretty? So, believe me, it takes practice. If I can do it, you can do it. And just let me show you a couple of other different ones that I made. There's a red and gold. There's a purple and silver. There is your brown glass with crystal. And here is your green glass with crystal. So you can use any type of wire, your copper, your bronze, your silver, your gold, depending on what colors you're using. So good luck, everybody. Like I said, if I can do it, you can do it. Have fun. Happy beading!